Hello and welcome to 49ers Now, brought to you by Toyota. I'm Jennifer Lee Chan. I've got Matt Maiocco and Rod Brooks with me today. We are in the heat of training camp and it is getting closer to joint practices with the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, Jennifer, you don't know what the heat of training camp is if you never went to Rockland or Stockton. It's Santa Clara heat of training camp, yes.
Yeah, but you know what, though? I think everyone, including us, really looking forward to that joint practice tomorrow, just to break up the monotony. And I really get a sense, and we'll get into this later, that the Niner coaches are really anxious to pit their guys against someone else, especially the rookies and the second-year guys.
Yep, absolutely. Now, we did have one added injury to the list today. It's a long list, but Christian McCaffrey sat out of practice today with what the team calls tightness, adding to Bosa, who's missed his fourth practice in a row. Matt, are you worried at all about these two guys?
Well, it's difficult to say. We don't have all the information, but typically words like tightness and soreness, those don't put up alarm bells. But in the case of Christian McCaffrey and Nick Bosa, knowing their importance to the team, it has to be something that you have to kind of look at it and say, especially with Bosa coming off of the ACL injury from last year, where exactly is that soreness? And so much emphasis is being placed on him to bring some juice to that pass rush. So he's an important guy. He might be the most important guy on the team, period, really, when you think about it. And then McCaffrey, a heavy workload from last year. The thing that doesn't give me as much pause with him is that we've seen him go through 2 full weeks of practices, and he hasn't missed a day. So it wouldn't be unique to see him miss a day at this point of training camp.
And one of the themes and one of the emphasis from this Niner organization is being very smart in how they practice and how they use guys. And I think with both of these guys, Bosa and McCaffrey today, it's them being smart. But with this Niner organization, and you're talking about history, and you're talking about names, Bosa and McCaffrey, very important to their respective sides of the ball, very important to this team. When you start talking about tightness and soreness, that's going to get a lot of people's attention until proven otherwise.
Yeah, and Jennifer, the other part of this with McCaffrey is, until today, he's been full go practice. 49ers are basically without their top 4 running backs, with injuries to, McCaffrey being held out, but the ribs injury to Jordan James, the groin injury or adductor injury to Kalen Black, and then Isaac Grindo, who was, during the offseason, you would think that he'd be part of this team. He was part of the team the past 2 years. He's been out with the pec injury that he's coming back from. So that's where probably the concern is.
Right. And so the full injury list, 3 wide receivers out, Mike Evans, Christian Kirk, Jacob Cowing still out. We did see the reinsertion of Dejon Stribling back into the practice. But like you said, 4 running backs out. Also, Kyle Juszczyk, I did see him kind of outside the locker room with a cast on his right hand. So it is a finger that's broken on his right hand. Luke Gifford is out with a hamstring injury. Nick Bosa out with soreness. Keon White, groin injury or adductor. Brett Toth out with a concussion. I did see him out on the practice field kind of hanging out with the offensive lineman, so that's a good sign. And then Vidarian Lowe, the swing tackle, again, out with a high ankle sprain. He'll be out for a little while.